Hey. All right. We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will begin the first of a 3-game series taking on the Minnesota Twins. Hi there, everyone. This is Steve, a.k.a. the BirdWatcher, a.k.a. BW, whatever you want to call me. And I'm glad you found my channel. It's a brand new channel. I just started it at the advent of this 2024 season. The idea came in my mind in the off season that YouTube was in desperate need of a Orioles specific live baseball coverage channel. And that's what this is. It's a channel for people to follow the ball game if they're not able to watch it on their TV, if they're not able to listen to it on the radio, or maybe they just prefer an environment where people can gather together in the chat, our Charm City chat, and follow the game, talk baseball, while I give you the play-by-play. And yeah, tonight we're going to start a new series. Yesterday afternoon, the Orioles, after getting spanked for the first 2 games against the Brewers, proved once more, nearly 2 years on now, that we simply do not get swept. The Orioles came back to win and now look to get things done against the Twins, the final 3 games of this 6-game homestand before we go back out on the road. So we'll take a look at the starting lineups and the pitching matchups here in just a sec. We'll have first pitch in about 6 minutes. Let me say hi to folks in chat. Hey there, Card. Card Crazed is our moderator here at the moment. Folks, please be kind to Card. Card is just here to make sure Charm City chat remains charming. We got Carrie here. Carrie chirping in. Good to see you. RC. Your Twins. All right, RC's going to be here all game. We got Lemario. We got Narniak. We got Isaac. How you guys doing? All right, so on the mound for your Orioles, it's going to be Cole Irvin, folks. Now, I know, it's been tough. 2 starts so far this season, 10 innings pitched, an ERA of 8.10, a record of 0-1, 14 hits and 5 walks in those 10 innings. Basically giving up about 2 base runners per inning. 7 strikeouts. He's given up 1 home run. How you doing, Thomas? But we're going to be facing perhaps the Twins version of Cole Irvin, Louie Varland. He has struggled as well. In fact, he's put up even worse numbers. 0-2 record, an ERA of 9 flat, a whip of 2 flat. In 9 innings pitched, 13 hits and 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. He's given up 3 home runs in his 2 starts. He's a right-handed pitcher. So let's see if we can beat up on this guy. No excuses. By the way, this is the first team this season that we are playing that does not have a winning record. 15 games in, we've played 5 teams, all winning records. This is the first team with a losing record. The Twins are 6-8. The Orioles are 9-6. Okay, a few more minutes. Let me go ahead and get the game up here on my screen. That is priority number 1. Folks, if you're going to be watching the game along with me with the sound down, the best thing to do to get synced up is have that remote in your hand. And as soon as the first out is recorded, hit pause on your remote. Stand by with that remote, hit pause as soon as that first out is recorded, whether it's at first base or a pop-up or a strikeout, and then I'll announce that out as soon as I do. Then you unpause the game and you're all synced up and ready to go for the rest of the ball game. All right. Cole Irvin, can he give us a start that we can work with? We'll find out here in a minute. Let's look at the starting lineups. For the Twins, leading off playing right field, Manuel Margot. Ryan Jeffers is behind the plate. He'll bat second. Byron Buxton is in center field. hitting third. I'm sure Ced Mullins will be happy to see him. Kyle Farmer is the cleanup hitter at shortstop. Juan Miranda's at third base, batting fifth. Veteran Carlos Santana at first base, hitting sixth. Is that Christian Vasquez? Hitting seventh. He's DHing. And I'm going to have to actually click on this. Is it Andre Martin? Austin Martin. Austin Martin in the 8-hole. He'll be in left field. And Edward Julian, or is it Julian? This is going to be a learning season for your boy, the BirdWatcher. If it's not an Oriole, and if it's not a marquee name, and it's a last name that I'm not too familiar with, your boy might butcher it. No problem. I don't mind getting corrected in the chat. And hey, if you want to get my attention in chat, by the way, like Card has done, go ahead and put an at sign in there. At mention me, and it'll pop up orange for me on my screen. I'm an old man. I see colors easier than I see words. So I've got a fresh latte here. Your boy just woke up about 45 minutes ago. Not a bad night's sleep. We're going to be getting underway here in just a minute. Hey, Fitz, how you doing? Yeah, Margot got traded actually out to the Dodgers in the offseason and then spent about a few weeks as an LA Dodger. Never played a game, not even in the spring. Got traded back out to the Twins. Can't remember who the Dodgers plucked away from Minnesota, but you know how the Dodgers have been doing this offseason. They've been going crazy with the roster moves. By the way, for the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson will lead off, play shortstop. Adley Rutschman will bat second and catch. Ryan O'Hearn hitting third, the DH. Ryan Mountcastle batting cleanup at first base. Your player of the week in the American League, Colton Cowser, has moved up to the 5 spot. He'll be in right field. Jordan Westburg will hit sixth and play third. Cedric Mullins in center field batting seventh. Austin Hayes in left batting eighth. And finally, Jackson Holliday is your number 9 hitter. And RC, thank you for mentioning that as well. I'm always worried about, can I get to everything before first pitch? Yes, folks, it is Jackie Robinson Day, April 15th. All across Major League Baseball, the number 42 will be worn by all players with no names on the back in honor of Jackie Robinson, who on this day in 1947, what are we up to now? About 76 years? 77 years. Double sevens for number 42. Props to Jackie. And that's right. We did have a game played already. Your boy actually had a chance to maybe watch a little bit of it because it was on at 10 p.m. local time, way over here on the other side of the planet. It's pretty much my only chance during the season to watch a game at night that isn't after midnight. But your boy was already in bed by 9:30, so he could be up for today. Again, your lineup is Margot, Jeffers, and Buxton. Here to lead it off in the first, Farmer, Miranda, Santana, Vasquez, Martin, and Julian. Julian, by the way, I don't know why they got him hitting ninth. He's having a pretty good season. Wait, is Carlos Correa not in the lineup? Yeah, no Carlos Correa in the lineup for the Twins. I wonder why that is. Is he day-to-day or something? He's just getting a day off? Okay, well, no Correa in the Twins lineup. Meanwhile, for the Orioles, Anthony Santander getting the night off. This is his first game not in the lineup. That's how we're able to get Hayes, Mullins, and Cowser into the ball game. And we are ready to go. Cole Irvin with that number 42 on his back. First pitch is outside for ball 1 to Margot. We are underway here at Camden Yards for game 1 of a 3-game series between the Orioles and the Twins. Margot batting 194 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. Next pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike. Margot, right-handed batter. Irvin, the lefty pitcher. This one's lifted in the air to right. Cowser, playing in right tonight, is there, and the setting sun in his eyes makes the catch. So a fly ball to right, and we're underway here in what is game number 16 of the season. Again, the Orioles come in with a record of 9-6. For those who want to do a little bit of quick math, that's a .600 winning percentage, and that'll get you in the playoffs with this modern-day playoff structure every time. Okay, Ryan Jeffers, the catcher, steps in. First pitch to him is low and away for ball one. Jeffers hitting .225, 3 homers, 9 runs batted in. Came off with a good series, going 6 for 15 with 4 RBI. There is a fastball inside edge for a called strike. 1-1 on Jeffers. And the next offering from Irvin is a breaking ball, low, 2-1. Correa's on the injured list. Oh, my. Sam, how long has he been on the IL? Didn't he started the season healthy, right? He got injured early? That's tough news. This one's hit hard into left center, and it's going to drop in between the outfielders for an extra base hit. Jeffers will round first and motor into second base standing. A one-out double, and the Twins are in business here in the top of the first. A one-out double for Ryan Jeffers. Irvin left that pitch way out over the middle of the plate. I mean, that ball was right in the middle of the plate. All Jeffers needed to do was time it, and he timed it perfectly, splitting the left center field gap. All right, Byron Buxton at the plate. First pitch is a called strike to him. Runner at second, 1 down, just getting started. Top of the first here at Camden Yards. Buxton struggling in the early going, hitting .196. No home runs as of yet. Does have 6 RBI. This pitch is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Correa is day-to-day. Is that right? I don't see. Where is he on this list down here? Why wouldn't he be on this list? Even the day-to-day people like Devers the other day, they show him up here. I figured they just gave him the 9 off. 2-1 the count on Buxton. Cole checks the runner at second, and the pitch. There's a breaking ball. Actually, it's a changeup that Buxton was way out in front of. Good pitch there from Irvin. And the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Farmer is on deck. The 2-2 hit in the air. Should be room out there in right center. Mullins calls off Cowser and makes the catch. Runner tags, and he'll move up to third base, but there are 2 down now. Buxton retired on a fly ball to fairly deep right center field. And Kyle Farmer will step in. Currently batting .080. Oh, we've got an Austin Hayes prototype here. 2 for 25 on the season is Kyle Farmer. And they got him hitting cleanup. He better stay cold. First pitch to him is a called strike. I mean, don't let a guy like this beat us. I mean, this is an RBI spot. That's why you put your best RBI guy in the 4 spot for situations just like this in the first inning. This one's hit in the air, foul off to the right, and the count 0-2. So, yeah, you want to go ahead and put a guy hitting 080 into your cleanup spot. I'm not trying to jinx anything. I'm just pointing out. That's normally not the guy you want to rely on. Runner at third is dancing around over there. Here's the pitch, and this one is fouled back. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Janet, how you doing, hun? Go O's. Just getting started. 2 down here in the top of the first. A runner at third base. Irvin trying to get out of the inning without any damage. And the 0-2 once more is upstairs. 1-2 on Farmer. The Orioles have the big blue number 42 on their backs. Otherwise, they're wearing their classic home whites. White tops, white bottoms. Here's a swing and a tapper foul over by the dugout. The away dugout on the third base side. One and 2 on Farmer. Irvin already on 17 pitches. Here's number 18. And there's a breaking ball laid off 2-2. So despite the fact that Irvin has the chance to get out of this with just the one base runner, already pitch count a factor as he approaches 20. The 2-2 to Farmer. That one's hit hard. Long run for Mullins, and it's going to be a diving catch. Cedric Mullins lays out completely, angled away from home plate. It's a classic catch from Cedric Mullins. Put that one on the 2024 highlight reel. Ced does it again. Irvin raises both arms in victory. Doffs his cap. Giant smile on his face. Cedric Mullins proving that he is the center fielder we need. He does it again. Hey there, Jake. Did you spoil the call? That's kind of why we're here, Jake, is so people can follow along while I call the game. It'd be like going to the movie theater, buying a ticket, and then just running into all the other theaters mid-movie and yelling, hey, this is how this movie ends. Hey, everybody, this is how this movie ends. Then run on over to the next theater. Hey, everybody, this is how this movie ends. Do you see how that might not be good for anybody? Jake, I'm just having fun, Jake. You're fine. You're fine. Maybe you just got excited. That's the thing, folks. I understand. If you get excited, you want to let everybody know, just hang in there a few extra seconds. But yeah, Cedric Mullins with an amazing diving catch. And I'm sure that'll be up on the Orioles Twitter here in no time. Classic Mullins, fully laid out. I mean, the guy just catches everything. If he can get to it, he's gonna catch it. Excuse me. So it'll be Henderson, Rutschman, and O'Hearn to lead it off for the Orioles in the bottom of the first. Again, a tip of the cap to old Jackie Robinson. All right, first pitch to Henderson is off the plate outside, and there it is, folks. I'll get you back on the scoreboard in just a sec, but take one look at this Mullins catch on your screen right now. Here's a foul ball by Henderson. You see that? Look at that. That's what he does. That's what he does. Cedric Mullins, folks. The 1-1 Henderson is fouled back right behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hey, Morgan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Morgan Freelance. You might have seen him in films such as The Shawshank Redemption, Lean on Me, Bruce Almighty, and much of the Penguins. He's joining us now. Say hi to Morgan Freelance. This ball's fouled back, 1-2 on Henderson. Leading it off here in the bottom of the first. No score. Just getting underway. Henderson batting .233, 3 homers, 10 RBI. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Henderson strikes out. His strikeout numbers have continued to stay up. Though when he's not striking out, he's hitting the ball hard. So 1 away. And again, this guy, Louie, what is his name? Louie Varland on the mound. Right-hander for the Twins. Not exactly impressive so far. We're hoping to get the jump on this guy. Rutschman at the plate now. First pitch fouled away. Rutschman hitting .281 with a homer and 7 RBI. The Electric Company. Hey, I was just talking about 3-2-1 contact. Yeah, Morgan Freeman began his career as a bit role on the Electric Company. Just like Lawrence Fishburne was Cowboy Curtis on Pee-wee's Playhouse. Sometimes our best actors get their starts in the strangest places. As Rutschman fouls us off to the right. Exactly. Nuff said. I want a Orioles shirt with Mullins making a ridiculous catch, and it just says Nuff said. The 0-2 to Rutschman, popped foul behind the plate. It's weird. Rutschman's hitting .281. He gets on base like he usually does, but for some reason, Adley doesn't seem as Adley as usual right now. And there you go. A line drive. Base hit up the middle. That's the Adley I know. A 1-out single for Rutschman. And that'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn, who's moved up to bat third with Anthony Santander given the night off. O'Hearn hitting .314. Had a home run in yesterday's ball game. Also an RBI single. First pitch to him is hit on the ground. This is a double play ball, but it's booted. No play anywhere. The second baseman, Julian, absolutely butchered a tailor-made double play ball. It would have been 4-6-3. Instead, it's 0-0-0. Tailor-made. I mean, you run this drill about 100 times a day. And here's Mountcastle dunking one into right field for a base hit. Rutschman will have to hold a third base. That ball was hit too hard and too shallow for the thought of trying to score. But the Orioles now quickly with the bases loaded here and only 1 out. And guess who's coming up now? Hitting 5th in the order. Just in time to move up a spot for a situation like this. That's right, folks. Get those emojis in the chat quickly before this at-bat is over. It's your American League Player of the Week, Colton Cowser. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. A curveball right in there, but Cowser wasn't looking for that breaking ball. Colton hitting .441. 4 homers, 13 RBI. Much of that damage coming in just the past 6 days. This one's low, 1-1. That's right, chat. Come on, even if you're just lurking, hanging out, and you don't talk much in chat, now's the time to pop a cow in there. This one is fouled back. 1-2 on Cowser. A chant around the park. Hey, there's Edivaldo checking in from Brazil. How you doing, Edivaldo? Big at bat here. Bases loaded here in the first. Only one away. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. Cowser strikes out in a huge spot. Oh, doctor. Well, it just goes to show even the hottest hitters can't get it done every time. We're going to have to rely on Mullins, and why not? Hey, Mullins already the hero in the top half of the inning. Now a chance to be a hero 2 times over. Oh, excuse me. It's not Mullins. It's Westberg. Westberg is at the plate. Boy, I would have rather have seen another lefty Mullins and then Westberg. We do have Westberg, and he's had a lot of 2-out RBIs. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Westberg. Currently hitting .265. He's got 10 RBI already. The 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground and passed. Shortstop into left center. That'll score 1. That'll score another. It's a 2-run, 2-out single for Jordan Westberg. RBIs number 11 and 12. And the Orioles get out early with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We're facing a pitcher that hasn't done well. We're facing a team finally with a losing record. Let's start playing against them like we're the better team. Jordan Westberg. Boy, Cowser and Westberg, the maturation between both of these players since getting called up last season has been a pleasure to watch. Here's Mullins. First pitch is ball 1. Mullins with a 6-game hitting streak. Before that streak started, he was hitting under 200. Now the average is up to 261. This one's low, 2-0. Hey, Pure. Did I say hello to Pure yet? How you doing, Pure? Good to see you. This one's lifted in the air to center, but it'll be a can of corn out there for Buxton. And the inning is over. But the Orioles get 2 runs on a big 2-out, 2-run double from Jordan Westberg. And at the end of 1 inning, it's the Orioles 2, the Twins nothing. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Look, on a night where Cowser can't get it done with the bases loaded, Westberg's there to pick up the slack. And that's the kind of offense we're talking about. Austin Hayes will be leading off in the bottom of the second. We'll see how that goes. But in a night where we've got a full lineup and we're not giving any nights off, surely Santander is just getting the night off. It's his first one of the season, and I would expect maybe sometime during this Twins series that perhaps Gunnar Henderson will get a day off. He's probably the only one in the lineup at this point that's played every single game. Hey, J.R. Weaver. How you doing? The beer is cold after 1 inning. Let's keep it cold. Folks, throw some extra ice in the old thermos. Pack it up full of beer. Keep it cold. And oh yeah, folks, if you're watching along and you're new to my channel, you're just finding it for the first time or maybe the second time, I don't know. But this channel's brand new. Just a couple of weeks and change into this 2024 season, and so far the response has been fantastic. The channel's seeing positive growth that is maintaining its pace day after day. Total views in the thousands, and subscribers typically a couple of dozen or so on average. So yeah, I guess the goal tonight would be, at first, one person watching right now could hit that like button and make it a nice round number 20. Your boy the BirdWatcher would appreciate it. Let's get to 20 likes. Hey, let's get to 25. Jose Miranda to lead it off here in the top of the second, batting just 154 without a homer or an RBI. First pitch is a strike. And the next one is up and away for ball one. Surely you can't be serious, Don. The 1-1 to Miranda, called strike. A cutter. Had a lot of the plate, though. Here's the 1-2. Hit on the ground, foul off to the left. This man has got to be gotten to a hospital. A hospital? What is it? It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now. This one's hit hard, well off the end of the bat, looking up, and this ball's going to clear Baltimore. Wow. Jose Miranda coming in with a tiny average and no home runs to his credit, just went deep here in left field in Baltimore. Not a cheap shot for anybody. A solo shot for Miranda, and the Twins get one back. It's the Orioles 2 and the Twins 1. And that ball hung out over the plate. Credit to Miranda for a pitch that was on the outer half, being able to pull it with enough power to get it over the wall and left. Here's Carlos Santana now. Or excuse me, is that Christian? Yeah, Carlos Santana. How could I mistake that stocky build of his? This one's outside, 2-0 on Santana. 38-year-old veteran, been around. Probably best known for his time with the Guardians in the early part of his career. This is a breaking ball, or a cutter, excuse me. I don't know what it is about lefty pitchers. It's harder for me to, excuse me, harder for me to pick up the pitch type sometimes. This one's off the plate, check swing, an appeal, no swing. 3-1 the count now. Nobody out and a run in on a Miranda solo home run. Irvin trying to work with this 2-run lead he's given, and he's already given up one. And there's a late strike call on a pitch at the bottom of the zone. The batter was ready to flip. Actually, he did flip his bat, caught it in midair once he realized this at bat was not yet over. So we're going to have a payoff pitch here to Santana, and it's lifted foul off to the right. A backdoor cutter there from Irvin. And another payoff is lifted foul behind the plate. Starts to roll all the way back right behind the umpire. The ball boy comes out to retrieve it. Here comes another 3-2 to Santana. And this one's tapped foul. No easy outs for Cole Irvin. This will be his 33rd pitch. He's only gotten 3 outs in the game so far. Swing and a miss. There's a cutter. Started in the inside part of the plate, but then broke further in off the plate and under the hands of Santana. He couldn't get to it, and he strikes out. So one away here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up Christian Velasquez. Now, Velasquez is a catcher, right? They got him DHing. What is with everybody DHing their second catchers? We're doing it. The Brewers did it yesterday. Twins are doing it here. This one's up and away. Vasquez hitting just a $130, a home run, 3 RBI. That home run came yesterday, though. The 1-1 to him is inside 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the second, 2-1 Orioles. 2-run double for Baltimore and a solo home run for the Twins, accounting for the scoring so far. Here's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. 78-mile-an-hour curve. Two balls and two strikes to Vasquez. And the pitch is popped foul behind the plate. Still 2-2. Irvin really having to work hard. He's given up the one bad pitch home run ball, but otherwise just long at bats. This will be pitch number 39. Just 1 out in the second. Fouled back. My goodness. It's just his stuff isn't... It's not, I know he's gotten at least one strikeout already, right? So it's not like everything's up there on a tee. It's just his stuff is sort of easy to sort of foul off and wait for the pitch you want. And there's a pitch he wanted. This one's hit hard to left. Backing up is Hayes at the track, and he makes the catch. Another hard hit ball. And that time, our deep left field helped us out as Hayes was back on the track to make that catch. 2 down here in the top of the second. Hey, Paper, welcome. Welcome to the watch party. Guess what? There's going to be about another 146 more watch parties after this one. And that's not even including the playoffs. Here's a first pitch strike to Austin Martin, hitting .240, no homers, 2 RBI. And this one's chopped foul off to the left. Boy, I got to tell you, when these Twins come up for their first at-bats and I get a look at what they've been doing so far this season, it just more underscores how potent of a lineup those Brewers had. Every Brewer, 300-plus averages, several with multi-home runs and RBI in the double digits or close. This one's up and in as Martin has to back out of the way. 1-2 on the left fielder, Austin Martin. Bases empty, 2 down in the top of the second. Jackie Robinson Day here at Camden Yards. Pretty sparse crowd, it has to be said, compared to the other games so far in this series, or in this homestand, I should say. This one's upstairs, 2-2. Pitch number 45 coming here in the second inning for Irvin. Is taken low. So, yeah, he's already on pace to not get through 4 innings before hitting 90 pitches. He's got to figure out a way to be a little more, effective. This one's foul back. We'll do it again. Again, he's only given up the 1 run. Yes, he's given up a couple of hits. There is a called strike 3. A cutter that started up and away and then dipped right there on the top of the zone on the outside edge. A pitch that you can maybe foul off if you're doing well protecting the plate, but nothing you can really do with that pitch. Nice location there from Irvin. Well-executed pitch for the strikeout. Down go the Twins, but they do get a run on a solo shot by Juan Miranda. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Orioles 2 and the Twins 1. Paper's going to be here for the remainder of the season, folks. That gets your boy happy. I guess I ought to pull up what our sub goal is. I think we came into tonight's game at 377 subs. Am I crazy? All the way up to 381. Folks, can we set 400 as a target? Is your boy being too greedy? I just really like round numbers. And tonight, I'm feeling it. The BirdWatcher's had a decent night's sleep. The sun is starting to creep up over his shoulder. We broke our little mini losing streak. Jackson Holliday had his first hit yesterday. He's about to come up to hit here. 19 more subs. We're going to get him tonight and hit 400. Folks, you're going to want to be one of the original 400. I'm telling you right now. Because once we start hitting 500 or so, you're going to start getting lost in the weeds. But to have that early number, it's like getting that first handle on Twitter. Like you get to be at John Smith. You don't have to be at John Smith 47 underscore coconut. You can just be at John Smith because you're new. All right. Once again, folks, no sponsor. This broadcast brought to you only by the Orioles BirdWatcher channel. Austin Hayes is at the plate, and the first pitch to him is a strike. Varland comes out for his second inning of work and paints the outside edge, called strike 2. Look at that. Melanie, one of the original 30. I mean, that is a borderline disciple right there. How does the Discord work? Perhaps Sean or Card would be so kind as to give you some info. This ball's grounded in the hole at short. It's bobbled, but apparently thrown out at first is Austin Hayes. I'd like to see a replay. It was bang, bang at first base. As the shortstop, I tell you what, I guess the Orioles just hit balls all the time, although that didn't look that hard. But, I mean, everybody we play seems to have an initial bobble of the ball, like it's coming in hot. Here's a first pitch swing by Holliday, and he hits it into left center, and wow, Buxton cutting off the left fielder. The two nearly colliding out there. It was in the direction of the splash zone, but that's the deepest part out there in left center. They were well ahead out in front of that, but that ball was ticketed for the gap. Buxton has a lot of range out there in center. He was able to track it down. So Holliday flies out. And that's probably the deepest ball he's hit so far in his career. Here's Henderson. First pitch is low. There is a link in the Discord description, in the description of this ball game. Whether or not that link is still valid. Here's a line drive base hit in the right field. Henderson with a solid stroke. Excuse me, your boy appears to have a little bit of the old hiccups. And a 2-out single. Henderson now 1 for 2. That'll bump his average up to 242. The whip's working on it, folks. The whip is working on popping in a Discord link for everybody watching now. Folks, it's a place where we can hang out and do our thing whenever the game is not on. Here's a called strike to Rutschman at the bottom of the zone. Rutschman with a hit already today. Average currently at 293. How dare I say earlier that he doesn't look like 100% Adley. This one's low and in. 1-1 the count. That's just how good he is. Like, I feel like, he just got his first home run in yesterday's game. And I think the first game, or no, maybe it was the last game. They gave him a full night off. And that was following a game where he went 0 for 5. This one's up and away. 2 balls and a strike on Rutschman. Two to 1 Baltimore, bottom of the second. 2 down, runner at first. The pitch is fouled back. Oh, don't show me anything. Don't show me anything. Stay right there. You see how it jumps on its own? The Discord link does not work. Okay, your boy Steve will hook you up here during the dark. Did you try the link right above you, or are you talking about the one in my description? This one's popped up. Right center shallow. Buxton with a long run, and once again, nearly a collision as the left fielder came in at the last moment, but Buxton makes the catch, and the side is retired. The Orioles get a base runner, but they cannot score. At the end of 2, it's the Baltimore Orioles 2 and the Minnesota Twins 1. All right. You're talking about this link right here, Dark Horse? The one right above you? Or the one in the description? Okay, you got it now? All right, all hooked up. Maybe I should just erase that part of my description. Or maybe I can just use the link that Sean just posted and replace it. Either way, this link is not getting the job done. Let's see. Is this the link here? Can I copy that? Copy link address. Okay. Going back in here. And should I be able to Control V that puppy? Let's try a little Control V. No, no, no. That is not what I did. Well. Okay. I guess I'll stick something in there after today's stream. Yeah, no problem, Dark Horse. I am admittedly very naive when it comes to Discord. And to be honest, I kind of prefer to be naive about most social media platforms. I'm just not much of a fan. People think I'm weird because when I go out, I don't take my phone with me. I'm that kind of person. But, yeah, I guess whatever link Sean has there, I'll try to replace it into the description later. I'm not sure if that's a temporary thing or something more permanent, but we'll get there. And thank you for the 2 subscriptions. We're only 17 away, folks. 17 away from a huge number. Long way to go in the ball game. We're talking maybe 2 subs an inning. We're going to get there. Top of the 3rd we go. And here's a pop-up. Shallow center field. Mullins coming in to make the catch. He doesn't have to leave his feet this time. And it's a shallow pop-up from Edouard Julien. Back to the top of the order for the Twins. Manuel Margot. By the way, Permatempo, that's short for permanently temporary. That's my original YouTube handle. I guess I need to go back in and sort of rebrand it. The Discord I have is sharing 2 different channels of mine. This baseball one and another comedy channel where we hang out and watch bad cringe videos and play home shopping bingo. Margot has a 1-1 count. And the next pitch is inside for ball 2. Base is empty, 1 down, top of the 3rd, 2-1 Orioles. Here in the first game of a 3-game series with the Twins before we hit the road again. This one's a called strike. Irvin getting that call at the top of the zone. 2-2. A strange road trip, by the way, it has to be said. In all my years, I've never seen a road trip quite like it. This one's grounded to 3rd. Westberg with a nice pick. Westberg looking very sharp over there at the hot corner. I tell you what, if Holiday can nail down that second base job every day, and until Kobe Mayo gets into the equation, I'm very happy with the way Westberg is handling 3rd base. I'm just really happy with the growth of both Westberg and Cowser between now versus last year when they got called up. They both look like everyday ball players. Here's Ryan Jeffers. He had a double back in the first. Currently enjoying a 6-game hitting streak with that hit. 0-1 pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-1. And that's hit hard down the left field corner, but foul. So Cole Irvin has to understand that at this stage, here in his third start, he's not just pitching to get a good result. He's pitching to keep his job, at least if he wants to remain a starting pitcher. John Means, sort of midway through his rehab assignment, could be only a couple of weeks away from getting the call. And then new update on Kyle Bradish since yesterday. He's about to start his rehab assignment, and basically the word out of Mike Elias is that his spring training starts now. First pitch to Jeffers is not the first pitch. That one's outside, and the count is even up at 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Irvin trying to get through a clean inning here. Swing and a miss. There you go. Cole Irvin retires the Twins in order. 1-2-3. Just what he needed now with his pitch count close to 60. What was that number, 59? Yeah, 59 pitches. So just under 20 pitches per inning. It's going to take an inning like he just had to get him through 5. Hey there, Vonnie. How you doing, hun? Yeah, base. Yeah, it's great to see. It's great to see. Yeah, Westberg looking the complete player. Cowser looking the complete player. I mean, looking good. I mean, I'll admit, in my mind, I was picturing Westberg to eventually, once Mayo was in the mix, to sort of be the kind of player Ramon Urias has been since like last year, but better, which is, hey, here's a guy who can play second, he can play third, he can start every game where Holiday sits against a lefty, he can split some time with Mayo at third, the once-a-month rest for Gunnar Henderson, you can even throw him in there, unless you want to shift Holiday to short, I don't know. You probably just put Westberg anywhere in the infield. Looks like he can handle himself. But, yeah, that's what I thought. I figured, well, he might not be a quote-unquote starter, but between the way we might bring him in late in innings and then other scenarios where we can start him, he could probably still get 400-plus at-bats, which is, you know, that's a major part of the team. But right now, he's looking like an everyday player. Good defense. Good hitting and clutch hitting. Your boy loves clutch hitting. Your boy's okay with a low average. Just make sure when you do get those hits that they mean something. Okay, bottom of the third we go. We got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up, beginning with Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn 0 for 1, but he did score after reaching base on a fielder's choice. First pitch is a strike. The steady production of Ryan O'Hearn. This one's outside. I mean, his OPS is at 974. He's hitting over 300. And yet, if you talk about who's the main cog in this Orioles lineup, people will say Gunnar first. People will say Adley first. People will say Santander first. People will say Mountcastle first. Some people now will say Cowser first. You won't find many people who say, well, Ryan O'Hearn actually. But the fact of the matter is, Ryan O'Hearn, you put him out there against a right-handed pitcher, you've got a very good bat in your lineup. Here's the 3-1, and it's lifted deep into center field. looking up as a center fielder. He's not going to look anymore as that ball's going to fly over to the batter's eye. Bye-bye, birdie. Ryan O'Hearn continues to get it done. And, folks, can we now say this guy needs a little bit of more credit? 435 feet to center field. He got all of that one. Ryan O'Hearn. Move that average on up to 324 while you're at it. The Orioles ahead now 3-1. And the homers have been coming with regularity here on this homestand. First pitch swinging here by Cowser, and it's an inside-out swing, or excuse me, Mountcastle. I'm sorry. Your boy, the BirdWatcher, has got to start drinking his coffee a little bit faster. Mountcastle, sorry, they quickly cut back to the at-bat, first pitch swinging, and even though they hit from opposite sides of the plate, I couldn't even figure it out. But Mountcastle, with an inside-out swing to right field, is on base. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third, and now Cowser at the plate. Your boy might need a lucky. Calling a game poorly over the internet? Reach for a lucky. The 1-0 to Cowser, right in there for a strike. Three to 1 Orioles here in the bottom of the third. A run in here. Still nobody out. There's a called strike. 1-2 on Cowser. Cowser struck out with the bases loaded back in the first. But his teammate Jordan Westburg picked him up with a 2-run single. Lucky. Here's a tapper at the plate foul. I do apologize for the game cast being so far ahead. Here's a swing and a miss. Sometimes it's right on time. I've seen some replays where a home run call will happen and then boom, you see a nice little ticker tape animation. But there's just no way to control it. That's the drawback. Now, if your boy the BirdWatcher is able to invest some money into some of that high-tech stuff that makes everything run super fast, dedicated line, some upgraded hardware and software, I can cut down that lag time. That's the hope. Westburg at the plate, and after a first pitch strike, this one's inside, 1-1. Mountcastle at first base, 1 down. Westburg again had a 2-run single in his first at-bat. Average currently at 280. Two and one now. Whoops. And this one's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Westburg. Cedric Mullins is on deck. Whoops. Whoops. Now why are you doing that? There you go. Three and 1 the count. The pitch. And Westburg, oh my, a ball up and in, and he got around it, out in front of it, pulling it well off foul to the left. But he had an uppercut swing. It's a beautiful evening here in downtown Baltimore. Temperatures in the upper 60s. This one's lined back up the middle, a base hit. Westberg continues to rake, and Mountcastle will motor all the way over to third. First and third, one out. Westberg 2 for 2, average up now to 294. I mean, Westberg. Westberg is exceeding my expectations. It has to be said. This dude's good. I'll say this about Westberg. He seems very comfortable at the plate. Never seems to be pressing and always seems to know the situation. I mean, if we need a walk-off homer, if we need a big swing, he can do it. If we need just a single to keep the line moving, he can do it. He's got speed. He's got good contact skills, decent eye at the plate. Shows power to all fields. He had that home run to the opposite field. Was it yesterday? You really got to like the package Jordan Westberg brings. And I feel like the non-Oriole fans probably don't know much about Westberg yet, just like they didn't know much about Cowser until last week. Mullins pops one up on the first pitch, and the third baseman will have a look, but it'll get back into the crowd by a few rows. 0-1 the count on Mullins, who's 0 for 1 today. Yeah, folks, just, if you check out the Discord, just go around and get used to what's there. Believe me, your boy, the BirdWatcher, is as clueless as you are. And here's a called strike on the outside edge to Mullins. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Count now 0-2. First and third, one down. The Orioles really need to cash in that runner at third base with only one out and avoid the double play. This one's in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes on Mullins. Hey there, Matt. I love how everybody shows up with the same sort of greeting, which is, hey, I'm late, but I'm here. It's always good to have you, folks. It's understandable. Everybody's got things to do. This one's hit in the center field. This should drive in the run. Camping under it and making the catch. Here comes the throw, but it's an easy run for Ryan Mountcastle. He'll glide home. Mullins with the sac fly RBI, and the Orioles make it 4-1 here in the third. All right. Austin Hayes stepping up, hitting 0-83, which, if you can believe it, is higher than his average was going into yesterday's ball game. He had a hit yesterday. First pitch swinging is fouled back. Poor Austin Hayes. Every day that goes by, his role is getting shorter and shorter. But what we do need on this team right now is a right-handed bat that we can go to. And this is a ground ball to short. They'll flip to second for the force to end the inning. So Hayes grounds out. His average will drop down to 081. And the inning is over. But the Orioles put up their second 2 spot in 3 innings. At the end of 3, it's the Orioles 4, the Twins 1. Yeah, the thing about Austin Hayes is, and I was talking about it in yesterday's ball game, I mean, you want the balance in your roster to sort of have an approach against right-handed starters and left-handed starters. Now, it's clear as day to me, the days of Austin Hayes starting against a right-handed pitcher, unless somebody's getting the day off like an Anthony Santander today, there's really no reason for him to be in the lineup. You got Santander, you got Mullins, you got Cowser, end of story. But against lefties, you got Mullins and Cowser, both lefties, although I would argue I would probably still both want to play him there. But take someone like Ryan O'Hearn, who's the DH. Say what you want. Maybe he deserves a chance to get hit against lefties, but Brandon Hyde is convinced. I mean, you can look back at last year's at-bats. He only got like 30 at-bats all season against lefties. Hyde just doesn't want O'Hearn in there. So you could, in that situation, move Santander into the DH spot and throw Hayes out into the field and still get a start against lefties with Mullins and Cowser still in the lineup as well. And then maybe on the infield you go with a platoon of Holiday with Mateo at second base. That still leaves Ramon Urias without a role, which is what, I've been saying since spring training. Urias really doesn't have a role that makes sense. Hayes is feeling the heat from the youngsters. Well, that's too bad. Because, the Orioles have been a young team for a long time. Here's Buxton's first pitch it's going to be trouble. It's going to get down in the left field corner with Buxton's speed. That is a double all the way. It's just a matter of fielding it cleanly and leaving it there at second base. So a leadoff double from Byron Buxton here to begin the top of the fourth. That ball was a couple inches off the outside, and yet Buxton was able to pull it all the way down in the left field corner. That's the second time Irvin has worked a pitch away only to see it get pulled for a hit. Okay. Kyle Farmer at the plate. He's 0 for 1. 4-1 Orioles, top of the fourth. This one's lifted in the right field. It's going to hang up there for Cowser, who makes the catch. He quickly gets it back in. Buxton will make it up to third, and the ball gets away, but it's backed up by Irvin. Luckily, again, with Buxton's speed, he can ill afford a throwing mistake getting the ball back in, but Irvin does well to back up Westberg at third. So Buxton with a leadoff double and a productive out gets him to third base. One away, and that'll bring up Miranda, who's already got a home run tonight for the only run of the game for the Twins. First pitch to him is a called strike, and it has to be said, the strikes Irvin is throwing is strikes these Twins are taking, and they're not dotting the edge of the zone. A lot of them are right down the middle. This one's fouled back, and that time Miranda helps Irvin out on a pitch upstairs. So sometimes you need a little luck. Runner at third, one out. Plenty of speed. Any ball put into play is going to be hard to keep that runner from scoring. Here comes the 0-2 upstairs, and there's a check down to third as Rutschman pops up with a throw. Buxton back in with a slide. Don't mess around with Rutschman. I need a lucky. This is grounded foul off to the left. That's right, folks. Janet is encouraging those in chat to, hey, why don't you think about hitting that old like button? There's no obligation, no commitment, and no salesman will visit your home. You simply tap the thumbs up right below your screen right now. It takes a split second, and guess what you've done? Your good deed for the day. This one's lined in the left field, a base hit. Miranda's going to have his second RBI in the game as Buxton can walk home on an RBI single to left field. It's now Baltimore 4, Minnesota 2. As for the second straight time today, the Orioles put up 2 runs only for Irvin to go right back out there and give up a run back. You can see on your scoreboard at the top of the screen, that's There's a pattern there. You might see a pattern. This one is hit in the air to right down the line into the corner. It's slicing foul. As Carlos Santana, boy, 38 years old and currently batting .122 without a home run. We might be watching the final days of Carlos Santana. This one's up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. How many at-bats has he had on the season? The 1-1 to the veteran is hit hard and through on the right side, a base hit. And unfortunately for the Twins, Miranda, the lead runner, did not get a good jump. Normally you'd see a runner go first to third on a hit like that to right field. But the Orioles catch a break, at least for now. That's already the 5th hit given up by Irvin. And there hasn't been a cheap one yet. They've all been hit pretty hard. So Santana, who came in hitting a $125 on the season, gets a hit off of Irvin. Drew French is out for a conversation. Adley Rutschman seems to be doing a lot of talking with his glove to his mouth. Christian Vasquez will be the batter due up next with 2 on and 1 out. Tying runs already on base. I hope the Orioles are already considering what their options are to replace Cole Irvin. You'd hope he can get through the 4th. But even if he does, I got a feeling you're going to want somebody ready to come in when needed in the 5th. Hey there, Solarino. Representing Hammerjacks. Okay, we're ready to go here. And the first pitch to Vasquez is a breaking ball popped foul behind the plate. Rutschman has a look, but it's never going to stay in play. Vasquez 0 for 1, and again, he's DHing with a 125 average. We do have activity in the Oriole bullpen. We have a right-hander wearing number 42 with his back to us, so that makes it a little bit difficult, but the only clue that I could give you is that I think it's Dylan Tate. 1-1 the count on Vasquez. First and second, 1 down. Pitch number 73 coming from Cole Irvin. Hit in the air, foul behind the plate. Off to the right side. Count 1-2 on Vasquez. Martin on deck. Don showing his love for booty smackers. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. 94 miles an hour from Irvin, but too far inside for Vasquez to offer at. The pitch. Hit foul behind the plate. Still 2-2. By the way, it should be noted, I can see in the first row on this center field camera angle over the pitcher, Kyle Ripken Jr. still sitting up in the first row. Now, I figured it made sense for him to be sort of along with the holidays. Here's a play to third. Westberg to second for 1. Holiday to first, 2. A double play. Christian Vasquez grounds into a double play, 5-4-3. The Orioles go around the horn and get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Orioles 4 and the Twins 2. Yeah, I don't see the Holiday family hanging out, hitting or sitting behind home plate anymore, which I'm happy about that. Let Jackson do his job, all right? Let Jackson do his job. Let him focus on the game here. Okay, your boy the BirdWatcher is going to step away for a second. This break in the action brought to you by Lucky Strike. If you want to be a member of the Orioles BirdWatcher channel, you might want to think about it today. Reach for a Lucky. They're toasted. Be right back, folks. There we go. That's better. Be right back, folks. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, okay? We got 29 likes. One more person to 30. Be number 30. Join the Orioles revolution. The revolution will not be televised, but it will be broadcast by your boy, the BirdWatcher. I'll be right here. Don't you worry. Okay, bottom of the fourth we go. Jackson Holiday up at the plate to lead things off. 1-0 the count on Holiday, and the next pitch is up and away, ball 2. Has Holiday had a 2-0 count yet this season? Your boy, the BirdWatcher, isn't sure. The 2-0 pitch. Call it a strike. Bottom of the zone, inside edge. This one's in the dirt. Holiday able to lay off, and the count moves to 3-1. Is this the first 3-1 count for Holiday? Taken for a called strike, and the count moves to 3-2. Holiday leading it off here in the bottom of the fourth. Swung on and hit in the air to left. Backing up as a left fielder, and he makes a sprinting catch heading toward the corner down there. Holiday going to the opposite field, but it's going to be a fly ball to left to begin the bottom of the fourth. Back to the top of the order in Gunnar Henderson. Smoking is bad, okay? Listen up there, Charm City chat. I'm not here to advocate for use of tobacco, okay? I'm just saying that your boy the BirdWatcher, sometimes he needs to take a little bit of a break, okay? Please hang by. I'll be back on the screen in no time, okay? This one's low to Gunnar. And the count 1-1. Losing streaks are bad, okay? The 1-1 pitch is hit up the middle, but shaded toward the bag as the shortstop. He'll make the play, and Henderson is retired. And remember, folks, today's game brought to you by Booty Sweat. Booty Sweat. For a hot day, reach for a Booty Sweat. Okay. 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth, okay? Can you imagine me doing a Mr. Mackey play-by-play call for an entire game? 0-1 the count on Rutschman. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. 2 down, nobody on. And he lays off that outside pitch, 1-1. It's easy, okay. All right, I'm done. See what you guys got me doing? This one's tapped foul off to the right. 1-2 on Rutschman. Drugs are bad. Unless they're legally prescribed, okay? The 1-2 is in the dirt. 2-2 on Rutschman. I think the Orioles are going to go all the way to the World Series. They're going to win the American League pennant, okay? I can't stop. This one's hit in the air to left. This could be trouble, and it's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Rutschman will take a big turn, but will hold up at first base. Second hit of the game for Adley Rutschman. His average now up to an even 300. A 2-out single, and that'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn, who's already got that big home run today. Now, listen. If the Orioles go on to score like 8 runs, I'm just going to have to talk like this for the rest of the game, okay? First pitch to O'Hearn is a strike at the bottom of the zone. And the next one's in the dirt. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That one's drilled. Right field. That one is going to get down in the corner. Bounce off the base of the wall. Rutschman will motor over to third. Unfortunately, with 2 outs, typically an extra base hit will score a runner from first, but that ball was hit too hard. It took a bounce off the base of the wall, and they got it back in quickly. So runners at first and third with 2 down. And that'll bring up Ryan Mountcastle. O'Hearn. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, O'Hearn is 2 for 3 now. 342 for O'Hearn. 342 average for O'Hearn. Mountcastle at the plate. Fouled back. Strike 1. Okay, I've had my lucky break. I'm ready to get back on the screen, okay? I need to close my curtain. Getting a little too bright back there. How you boys doing? How you ladies doing? The 0-1 pitch to Mountie is tapped foul off to the left. Baltimore 4, Minnesota 2, 2 down, bottom of the 4th. Runners at the corners. And an 0-2 count to Mountcastle. Check swing, called strike 3. A tough call there. I guess it was too close to take. And Mountcastle goes down looking. But the Orioles are still ahead 4-2. I was going to say, didn't they score? No, they didn't. Unfortunately. They did get a couple of hits, though. 9 hits through the first 4 innings for the Orioles. 9 hits through the first 4 innings. Let me go ahead and close this behind me. Hey, there you go, Narniak. Yeah, we need to get O'Hearn enough at bats so he can qualify. An Earl Weaver special. I don't know. Let me go over to manager's corner and see what Earl has to say. I got a question about a tomato plant. Twins will have 3 right-handed pitchers scheduled for this series. So I would assume we're going to see a pretty similar lineup with Santander back in tomorrow. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and guess maybe Gunnar gets a day off between tomorrow or Wednesday, although we do have the Thursday off game. If they're going to give Gunnar a day off, it seems like give it to him tomorrow. I mean, if you're going to wait till Thursday, hell, he's going to have a day off anyway, one more day after. So it's basically 2 full days off. Yeah, that road series, I've never seen one where, okay, we're underway here, and here's a ball hit, and Westberg cuts off Gunnar, throws to first in time. Jordan Westberg is cleaning up everything on the left side of the infield. Westberg cutting in front of Henderson to make that play. And why not? The momentum taking him toward first base, whereas Gunnar would have had to throw across his body. But Henderson was more than ready to field it. What a play by Westberg. 1 out. And here's Julian up at the plate now. Flied out to center back in the third. His average at 191. That one's hit to left field and slicing back into the stands. Hey, base, thank you. Is it unbelievable because of how poor the alternative is, or is it? There's a called strike 3. Nice location there by Irvin. So 2 outs here in the 5th. Hey, can Irvin get through this quickly? He's on 80 pitches. A 1-2-3 inning here would go a long way. Yeah, I can't tell if is it just a complete lack of quality coming from the other broadcast, and you're telling me your boy is, or you're telling me your boy the BirdWatcher really knows how to call a good game. Here's Manuel Margot, 0 for 2 tonight, and this one's hit on the ground in through the left hole, the hole on the left side. See, now I'm getting all self-conscious. I get a compliment, and now I'm self-conscious. A ground ball through the left side of the infield for a base hit for Margot. His first hit of the ball game, a 2-out single, and now Brandon Hyde coming out. Are they going to take the ball from Irvin here? Wow. That is something. Irvin 1 out away from qualifying for the win with a 2-run lead. And normally you'd let the pitcher give himself an opportunity here, at least one more batter. But that's it. Cole Irvin's done. 4 2/3 innings. Brandon Hyde has a plan. Dylan Tate is going to come out to pitch. So runner at first base, Irvin's responsibility. 4 2/3, 6 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, a couple of earned runs. I mean, for Cole Irvin, that's a decent stat line. You just kind of wish he was able to complete 5 innings and maybe qualify for the win, but a team win is more important than a pitcher's winning record. And that's what we're trying to do here. We want to take the opener and set ourselves up to take the series with a couple of more chances. Oh, Narniak. I mean, maybe he's more like a dry fart. I don't know if he's straight up doo-doo. Thank you, Don. Thank you. Real kind of person. That's me, base, to a fault. I am extremely real. Just a regular guy who loves Orioles baseball more than anything else. I mean, more than anything else. There's a reason why I never got married, had kids, or did a lot of other things that normal people do. Because I realized a long time ago, well, that's going to eat into my ability to follow my Orioles. I got to have my time with my Orioles. Your boy's going to be single forever. And he's okay with that. Up and in. Whoa, first pitch. Sends Jeffers down to the ground. Dylan Tate coming right in. And a patch of dirt on the back of Jeffers' uniform. Looks like a seagull flew by and did his business on the back of his jersey. What is that on his? Oh, that's his headband. Okay. 1-0 the count on Jeffers as he collects himself after that wake-up call. 2 down, runner at first. Tate in on relief of Cole Irvin. In 5 2/3 innings so far this season, Tate pretty good. Opponents hitting just 111 off of him. An ERA of 1.59. He throws a sinker 2/3 of the time and a sweeper the other third. Once in a blue moon, he throws a changeup. There's that sinker for a called strike. 1-1 on Jeffers. 1 for 2 so far today. A used Kleenex. Okay, Cole Irvin's more like a used Kleenex. I can go with that. This one's upstairs. Because with a used Kleenex, there's still some use. You can take a used Kleenex and, I don't know, pick up a stray crumb off the floor with it or something. 3-1 the count. This one's off the plate. Jeffers up there with 2 down, facing Tate. 3-1 pitch is swung on and fouled away. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scores between innings here. We got a full count and 2 down right now. Byron Buxton's on deck. But let's hope Tate doesn't see him until the 6th. Check on the runner at first. And the 3-2 pitch is hit on the ground, foul. Right in front of the plate. Margot will go back to first. I guess he took off on that pitch. Of course he did. 3-2 and 2 down. He's going to be moving with every pitch. All right, another payoff pitch coming from Tate to Jeffers, and it's a check swing in front of the plate, but on the foul side of the foul line. We'll do it again. Another payoff pitch to Jeffers. 8th pitch of the at-bat, and it's swung on and hit over the air to left field and in front of Hayes for a base hit. Rounding second, heading up to third is Margot, and now runners at first and third with 2 down. Oh, doctor. That's going to bring up Byron Buxton with the tying runs on base. All right, we need to bear down here. Buxton 1 for 2 today with a run scored. And folks, just in case, I'm going to bring up the old sub channel, which, by the way, 16 away from 400, folks. Let's go. This one's up and in to Buxton. I just don't want anything spoiled right now. I want to see us get through this inning. And so far, your boy has been relying on this lucky sub page. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, wanted that call. A sweeper that looks like it caught the outside edge at the knees. But Tate does not get the call, which is tough because it started in the zone and broke, still remaining in the zone. It was never not in the zone. This one's popped up. A good 2-0 pitch. Buxton late on the fastball. According to Narniak, if we maintain the pattern, the Twins should not be scoring. I love a good pattern like that. The 2-1 is grounded foul off to the right of the advantage I'm looking from, off to Buxton's left. Hey there, Cam. 2-2 on Buxton. The crowd starting to make some noise with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Recognizing the importance of the situation, Dylan Tate trying to work out of a jam. The Orioles trying to hold on to this 2-run lead here in the 5th. The 2-2 to Buxton is outside, 3-2. My goodness. Taking it all the way. Taking it all the way to the end of this at-bat. Buxton's only walked once so far this season. Popped up, and the shortstop Henderson, just a foot or two into the outfield grass, will make the catch. Buxton, unable to get the job done with 2 out. The Orioles get out of it. My goodness, Irvin's day is over. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through the ball game. It's the Orioles 4 and the Twins 2. Aiken's day is over. 4 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Not anything to brag about, but compared to his first 2 starts, despite the lack of innings, I guess you got to take it. We got the lead. We didn't give up a big inning where Irvin gets kicked out of the game. Instead, we pulled him. And we keep this 2-run lead going to the bottom of the 5th. Due up for Baltimore. 5, 6, and 7. Cowser, Westberg, and Mullins. All right, how we doing, chat? Let's take a look at who's here right now. 65 people hanging out. 32 likes. Folks, not even half the amount of likes as people watching right now. That means more than half of you are watching. Can I please appeal to your good nature, folks? If you want the easiest way to get the good deed out of the day out of the way, you don't have to go out in the streets and find somebody to hold the door open for, or help somebody with their grocery bags, or help get a cat out of a tree. All you got to do to get that good deed out of the way is tap a little thumb right below your screen right now. Look at that. Somebody just did. And folks, I know it seems pretty petty for me to pander for subs, but you got to understand. Your boy didn't understand it, but he does now. Doing YouTube for a little while. Those like counts and those subscriptions is what allows this channel to be seen by more people and reach more potential Oriole fans and baseball fans out there globally. Okay, Cows are at the plate. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Varland out there for his 5th inning of work. That was his 77th pitch of the game. Cows are struck out both times up so far tonight. This one's low, 2-0. That's right, JR. Get those cows in chat, people. Get those cows up in chat. The milkman is at the plate with a 2-0 count. This one's hit hard but foul back off to the left. The 2-1. Cowser shows bunt, and it's fouled at the plate, 2-2. Boy, I know Cowser. Oh, actually, they're showing 3-1 at the... Wait a minute. Did he ever bring the bat back? I suppose he did. Okay, 3-1 the count as that ball was spiked about 10 feet in front of the plate. The 3-1. Hit in the air, foul off to the left, and now the count runs full. Hey there, Tim W. Holiday will be up here in a few more batters. If we can get one runner on base, we'll see him in this inning. Or maybe we need 2 base runners. I might be wrong about that. There is a called strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. Cowser strikes out for the 3rd time today. Okay, again, it's the game of baseball, folks. You can be super hot and then have yourself a 3 strikeout day. It can happen. Here's Westberg. Hey, Cowser had a great week. This is a new week, and maybe this is Westberg's week. He's 2 for 2 so far today. A single, a double, a couple of RBI, and his average now at 294. This one's hit on the ground and through the left side, a base hit. Like I was saying, folks, Cowser might be the talk of the town, but it's a new week. We need to come up with an emoji for Westberg because it's West's world right now. 3rd hit of the ball game. Where's the average at now? How about a cool 308 for Jordan Westberg? Here's Ced Mullins. And here comes the catcher now to have a chat. Varland up to 84 pitches. Yeah, Tim, that would be an understatement. Colton Cowser just won the American League Player of the Week. He hasn't just been performing well. He's been performing better than any other player in the league, according to the league office. All right, that chat is over now. Just got an autograph from Westy. Nice. How you doing there, Back It Up Benj? Okay, 1 down for Mullins and a swing and a foul off to the left. Mullins' average has been creeping up. He's 0 for 1 today, but his average was under 200 coming out of the Boston series. Now he's up to 255. The 0-1 pitch is tapped foul off to the right. It dribbled into fair play. The Red Sox picked it up, but it was fouled behind the plate first before making its way into fair ground. Yeah, folks, give it up to the Back It Up Binge podcast. Nice avatar, Back It Up. 0-2 on Mullins. Westberg at first on his 3rd hit of the ball game. 1 out. This one's low and in, 1-2. 87 pitches now for Varland. Austin Hayes is on deck. This one's lifted in the air to right. Mullins is looking at it. Can it stay up? Can it stay fair? And it will! Bye, birdie! Cedric Mullins goes deep again. His 4th home run of the season. RBIs number 12 and 13 as he just finds it inside the fair pole over the flag court down the right field corner. Cedric Mullins continues to get hot, and the Orioles now lead 6-2. Another home run tonight for the Orioles. They've been hitting him out of the yard here the past few games. And there's a drink from, we've got a multi-homer hose now. We've got a homer hose with multiple nozzles. Now several Orioles can take a drink at the same time. Austin Hayes takes a first pitch strike. Cedric Mullins. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ced. Big defensive play and now a big 2-run homer. Here's a ground ball. Second baseman in front of the second base bag makes the catch, fields the ball, throws it over to first to make the out. 2 down. Austin Hayes retired yet again. My goodness. Again, Hayes, the only reason you bring him in against a right-handed starter is if you're giving someone like Santander the night off. That's the only reason he's in there. Here's Holiday, and there's a low strike. Six to 2 Orioles here in the bottom of the 5th. This one's low and away, ball 1. 11 hits already. The bats are alive. Oh, Don C. My other stream isn't a sports-related stream anyway, so if that's the technicality your wife is putting on you, well, Don, let her know. The BirdWatcher has a second channel and streams a second show, but it's not sports-related, so by your definition, I'm fine. Swing and a miss. Holiday chases one outside to strike out. That'll end the inning, but the Orioles, for the 3rd time tonight, would you look at the symmetry on this baseball scorecard? 3rd time tonight with a 2-spot, a Mullins 2-run homer that just found its way onto the flag court inside the foul pole. Gives the Orioles their 3rd 2-spot of the night. At the end of 5, Baltimore 6, Minnesota 2. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. Now, hopefully, we won't be batting in the 9th because we have already won the game. But I'm thinking maybe we score 2 more in the 8th. What do you think? Oh, that coffee tastes good. Yeah, see, Narniak sees the pattern as well. Narniak sees a pattern. I see a pattern too. I'm okay with this pattern as long as the pattern stays this way. Oh, my. All right. Little check. Hey, look at that. Wow, another bump up in the subs. Folks, a dozen. Look, if you're an Orioles fan, if you're from the Baltimore area, I know what you're like. You're dirty. You're down and dirty. You're an Orioles fan. You're from Baltimore. You know how we do. Did I just lose somebody? Here I was about to announce the dirty dozen remaining subscribers to bring us up to 400. Unfortunately, your boy's going to have to come up with a clever concept for needing 13. A baker's dozen. Hey, who doesn't like going on over to Krispy Kreme and getting themselves forget the baker's part, a dozen donuts. We are a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts away from 400. Okay, here we go. Leading off, Dylan Tate. Uh-oh, look out. What happened? Uh-oh. There we go. Wait a minute. Get back in there. All right. Here's a ground ball to second. Holiday will flip it to first. 1 away. Dylan Tate with a quick out of Kyle Farmer. Farmer 0 for 3 today. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. And here's Juan Miranda, who's been the offensive star tonight for the Twins. He homered back in the first, a solo shot, and then an RBI single his last time up. This one's foul back, so Miranda's been the man behind both of the Twins' runs tonight. Dylan Tate's still out there for another inning of work. 1 out, and the 0-1 pitch to Miranda is in there, a strike. A generous call there. Appeared to be an inch high. Right on the inside edge. The 0-2 is swung on and hit off the end of the bat. Second baseman Holiday with his second chance of the inning. Makes the play, and there are 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. Boy, the difference between a team like this versus the Brewers is night and day. That Brewers team, there is no time to rest. Just every batter putting together long at-bats, hitting the ball hard. Here's a first pitch to Santana, who will now bat left-handed. Outside for ball 1. The Orioles have double barrel action up. Lefty and a righty. I'll need another look to see who it is. Here's a grounder to second. 3 ground balls to Holiday. And Dylan Tate with a nice, quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 6th. Boy, I love a quick 1-2-3 inning with a lead. I can't remember the last time we had one like that. That was nice. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Orioles 6, Twins 2. All right. Not only that, we're on a pace to where I might actually have a little bit of free time between this game and my next stream. Might be able to go out, stretch, take a little bit of a walk. How you doing there, Bill? If the Orioles can win tonight, they'll win their 10th game of the season, move to 10-6. Who's this she? I see a lot of she. There's a lot of talks of a she. I keep seeing it, but I don't know who the she is. Well, as long as she loves the O's, she's A-OK in my book. She's a friend of the BirdWatcher, whoever she is. Oh, Don C's wife. Okay. All right. Victoria. Oh, who's Victoria's been in this chat? Is that the same as Vonnie? We try to keep things charming in the Charm City chat. How you doing, my friend? There is the guy that calls me B-Dubs. You know, I was just going to drop it in today's intro where I say, hi, folks. My name is Steve, a.k.a. the BirdWatcher, a.k.a. BW, a.k.a. B-Dubs. We got a new pitcher out here for the Twins, right-hander Matt Bowman. 6 appearances, well, 6 innings so far. And he's been good. He has not given up a run. Has a whip of .83, opponents hitting just 150. So Matt Bowman off to a fine start out of the pen for the Twins. He'll face the top of the Orioles order with Gunnar Henderson first. And first pitch he sees is inside for ball 1. Henderson 1 for 3 tonight. He had a single back in the second. Leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th. This one's inside, 2-0. Victoria from Ryan's chat. Oh, well, we got to get Victoria on over here, Don, don't we? I want to meet Victoria. Here comes the 2-0, and it's hit on the ground softly, but it'll dribble foul in front of Carlos Santana at first base. Henderson trying to get that average up. It's been hovering in the low 200s for most of the early part of the season. This one's hit in the air. Deep to right field. Gunner's admiring it. This ball's going to fly out of here. Bye-bye, birdie. Gunner finds the flag court. Deep into right center field. His 4th home run of the season. 11th RBI. 108 miles an hour off the bat. He barreled that baseball up. That's the Gunnar Henderson we know. A rocket out of here to right field over the flag court. And the Orioles now lead 7-2. The home runs just keep on coming. Third bomb tonight. Folks, go crazy for Gunnar. That's a pattern worth breaking for Gunnar Henderson. First pitch to Mullins is inside for ball one. Okay, so we have broken the pattern, but in a way that I can live with. I can live with the break of the pattern. Here is a pitch low to Adley, 1-1. So, Bowman, who had come in without giving up a run, well, that's over. 2-0 on Adley. And that's a called strike, low in the zone. I mean, home runs aplenty here. Ever since Milwaukee came into town. Swing and a miss. Henderson chased one low and in. Or excuse me, Rutschman. Jeez. Mistake number 6 or 7 tonight for your boy, the BirdWatcher. Who also needs to start figuring out a routine for shaving and trimming the beard, because I tell you what, whether I'm doing a game super late or first thing when I wake up, that's normally when I have a shave. When I wake up in the morning, here's a check swing. Check. No, he didn't go. Full count now on Rutschman. Nobody out. A run all the way. Your boy. Hold on a sec. A run already in on the Henderson homer. Here's the 3-2. Popped up. Shallow left center. The second baseman going out and the left fielder coming in to make the catch. That was a little scarier than they were planning, as the left fielder had to get low to catch that ball. That was a no-doubt shot by Henderson. Unlike Mullins, who just snuck it in the flag court on the foul side, the foul pole side, Henderson's flag court shot was all the way on the right center field side. Not a cheap shot at all. O'Hearn at the plate. He's having himself a night, 2 for 3 with a home run and a couple of runs scored, now hitting .342. Next pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan O'Hearn. The Orioles with a touchdown on the board. Janet, I don't have that luxury, but your boyfriend is a lucky guy. Although at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of people holding sharp objects near my face. Never been much of a fan. I got one barber that I trust, and that's the other thing, folks. This one's hit hard, but off to the left foul. Fouled back there by O'Hearn. This week here in Thailand, it is Songkran, which is the yearly New Year's celebration. It's not like your typical Western New Year where you wait for a countdown one night, the calendar flips over, and Happy New Year. Here's a swing and a miss by O'Hearn on a pitch low and in. O'Hearn strikes out for out number 2. Bases empty, bottom of the 6th. Now over here, Songkran is a week-long celebration. They celebrate a new year for a week over here. And the major feature of the celebration is the water. Depending on where you are, you never know when you're just going to get pelted by water. Swing and a miss by Mountcastle was up now. Mountcastle 2 for 3. And your boy, the BirdWatcher, loves to go out one day every year during this time and just live it up. This one's off the plate low. 1-1 on Mountcastle. Yeah, I'd love to go out there, be appropriately dressed, make sure there's nothing on my person that's going to get water damaged, go out there and have fun. But 6-7 days of it in a row, Hard hit ball to third, nicely fielded, and Mountcastle will be thrown out of first base. So the Orioles add a run on a Gunnar Henderson shot, and at the end of 6, it's the Orioles 7 and the Twins 2. So yeah, I can handle one day of going out with a little bit of fun, having water thrown in my face. But folks, it's the sort of thing where people are entitled to throw water in your face, whether you want them to or not. Even if you're not dressed up for it, even if you're clearly just trying to walk from A to B, you're in the line of fire. That's your problem. So after living over here for several years, your boy has learned how to navigate around this time of year. Do everything super early in the morning and then stay home the rest of the day. By the way, it's also extremely hot out here. 93 degrees yesterday. Yeah, it's nothing but a giant splash zone out here, base. And again, can you imagine for like one day, that would be a lot of fun. Even 2 days, hell, a 3-day weekend maybe. You start a Friday afternoon, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. That's great. But basically it starts on a Friday, goes through the weekend, lasts all week, and then up until the next weekend, depending on where you are. Let's try to get to these out-of-town scores super quick. I'm getting a late start. Phillies and Rockies tied at 1 at the bottom of the 7th. The Giants are up by 1 over the Marlins, bottom of the 7th. 1-0 Rangers over the Tigers at the end of 7. The Rays in the 7th, 1-0 over the Angels. Blue Jays up 3-1 over the Yankees in the 5th. No score against the Mets and Pirates. White Sox losing for a change. 1-0 Royals there, bottom of the 4th. The Brewers up 3-0. That offense continues to go. 2 on and 1 out, and up 3-0 on the Padres. At the end of 1, the Astros up 1-0 on the Braves. That's a big series. And this morning, Cleveland at Fenway took it to the Red Sox, 6-0. Coming up later, we have the Cubs and Diamondbacks. First pitch is a foul off to the right. Keegan Aiken out on the mound. Cardinals and Athletics, Mariners and Reds all due up later, and that'll catch you up on the out-of-town score. So, yeah, Keegan Aiken out on the mound. Next pitch is low. Aiken the left-hander. Fantastic start to the season. He has a whip of .50, and opponents hitting just 111 off of him. This one's low and away. 2 balls and a strike on Christian Vasquez. And the pitch is laid off, low and away again. Aiken trying to reach that outside corner with the slider. 3-1 on Vasquez, leading off the top of the 7th, and a swing and a miss. Back to the fastball, 94 from Aiken. .93 and humid too. It's true, which is part of the reason why the water is such a big part of the festival, because this is the time of year over here. Swing and a miss, a high fastball. Vasquez goes chasing, and Aiken gets a strikeout to begin his appearance. Aiken has been very sharp, becoming more and more an integral part of this Orioles bullpen, especially with the absence of Cionel Perez. We do have a second lefty we can turn to other than Danny Coulombe. Aiken's first pitch here to Martin is low and away for ball 1. Next one is lined in the left field in front of Hayes for a base hit. So Martin aboard. That is his first hit of the ball game. 8th hit of the game for the Brewers. The Orioles with 7 runs on 12 hits, no errors. The Brewers 2 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Runner at first. One down. And Edouard Julien at the plate, and he fouls it off to the right. Julien, a left-handed hitter against the lefty Aiken. Swing and a miss. A big cut there by Julien on a slider, and the count 0-2. CNL is a cool name. Come on, folks. We all know this. Baseball is the world of cool names. The 0-2 is fouled back. You know how there's that, I don't know if they still put it out in print anymore. I mean, who even buys books anymore? But remember the baby naming book? It'll be just this book with nothing but a list of potential baby names. You don't need a book like that. All you need to do is go get yourself a baseball reference guide and just look through the names of former major leaguers, and you're going to find yourself a cool name. Oh and 2 the count. One out, runner at first. This one's inside to Julien, 1-2. Top of the order due up after him. Margot on deck. Here's a check swing in the dirt, and the count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, my thing with the water thing, it's like when you clearly like put your hands up and you're like, look, I got nothing. I'm defenseless. I'm just trying to go into the 7-Eleven and get some cigarettes. I'd rather not have this $5 pack of cigarettes become worthless because they're covered in water. So do you mind, like, but occasionally you get those people who just have like this wild animal look in their eyes while they're holding their bucket or their giant plastic spray guns. And they're just like, no, I don't know. Doesn't matter. You're standing there and I'm going to get you. Here's the one's in the left field down in the corner. And that ball, it looks like it bounces fair. It bounced out of play and back in. That should be an automatic double. Wait a minute. A play back at third. The runner was off the bag. Let's see what we have here. That should be a ground rule double. That ball bounced into the stands and then came back into play. As soon as it went out, even though the ball bounced right back in, I don't see how you can challenge the play at third. It should just be an automatic double. It should be second and third automatically. Okay. That bounced on the line. It went in the stands. It was touched by a fan and then came back out on the field. The throw came back in. Their lead runner at third, who took a lead rounding the bag, had to dive back in, and it was a bang-bang play. But again, shouldn't matter. That should be a ground rule double. Either way, it looks like we're going to get a pitching change as Keegan Aiken is being replaced. 2 on for the Twins, 1 out. Aiken's day is over. Juan Miranda due up the righty. So that's been the hottest hitter so far for Minnesota. Makes sense to maybe go get a righty of our own. Who do we go to here in the 7th? Do we trust Cano now? Are we now at the point where Cano is a 7th-inning pitcher and Coulomb is our setup guy? I honestly wouldn't have a problem with it. The only other arm I think to go to right now is Jacob Webb, but he pitched yesterday. It is going to be Cano. There he is. Cano is listed to come into the ballgame. And I think that's how the Orioles are going to approach things going forward until further notice. Cano, who has looked a little bit shaky in high-leverage situations. Brandon Hyde trying to find situations a little more low leverage. Well, it's a 7th inning. There's already an out, and we got a 5-run lead. Mr. Cano, if you cannot pitch well under those conditions, when can you? We are trying to help you get your confidence back. Low leverage situation. Let's keep it that way. 5-run lead in the top of the 7th. Well, Don, you can also wonder, how did the Twins let David Ortiz get away? They let Ortiz go for nothing. Boston scooped him up. You never know. All right, Cano is out there on the mound. Alex Kirilloff is on the pinch hit, so immediately the Twins counter with a left-handed bat. Second and third, one out. First pitch is a called strike, a sinker on the outside edge. Okay, Cano. Look, if the runner at third comes in with only one out, don't worry about it. It's still a 4-run lead. You just don't want to get more people on base. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Kirilloff. Pinch hitting here for Manuel Margot. Orioles 7, Twins 2 in the top of the 7th. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Cano in that pose of his after a strikeout. 2 away. Cano strikes out the first batter he sees. Very encouraging. A 3-pitch strikeout of the pinch hitter Kirilloff. And that ball fell off the table. Great late movement on that pitch. This one's popped foul off to the left. Webb and Ramirez left in the bullpen. In terms of likely availability. And with a 5-run lead, as long as we can keep this out of a save situation, that should be fine. Maybe try to go Ramirez in the 8th and then Webb in the 9th. Here's a hard ground ball. Fair down the left field line and into the corner. 2 runs are going to score. So much for a non-save situation. Just like that, Cano gives up a 2-run single with 2 out. You brought him in to keep those runners from scoring, and Cano gives up the 2-out hit. A 2-out knock for Ryan Jeffers, his 3rd hit of the ballgame. A 2-run single to left. It's now Baltimore 7, Minnesota 4. All right. Well, by the way, make that a double for Jeffers. He's at second base. Here's a swing and a miss. My goodness. So now you got a runner in scoring position. Byron Buxton at the plate. 0-1 the count on him. Next pitch, swing and a chopper foul behind the plate. Again, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're looking for situations to use Cano in low leverage situations to try to get him back on track. And this was that situation, and still struggles. There's a swing and a miss, a changeup. And Cano gets his 2nd strikeout. But unfortunately, sandwiched between a couple of Ks, a 2-out, 2-run single for the Twins. Both of those runs will be charged to Dylan Tate, I believe, right? Excuse me, Keegan Aiken. Keegan Aiken was the previous pitcher. So, yeah, Cano can't bail Aiken out. But we are done here in the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time here in Baltimore. Folks, the cakes are on the griddle. It's the Orioles 7 and the Twins 4. Your boy's going to get up and stretch. He'll be right back. Folks, think about hitting that like button and subscribing as well. Thank you. Cakes on the griddle. Dap-a-dap-a-dap. Cakes on the griddle. Okay, bottom of the 7th we go. Cowser at the plate. He takes a called strike. Tough call there on the outside corner. Cowser struck out all 3 times at the plate tonight, looking to avoid the golden sombrero. Next pitch outside, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch lays off as that ball dips low out of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike on Colton Cowser. Oh, come on, what happened? Did my game just freeze on me? Oh, boy. Stand by, your boy, the BirdWatcher. This pitch is a check swing. He went around. 2-2 the count. And I might be a little bit more delayed. Hopefully, I'll be able to refresh and get caught up. 2-2 on Cowser. And there's a swing and a miss. Cowser strikes out for the 4th time today. The golden sombrero. Okay, here comes Jordan Westburg. 1 down, nobody on. And the first pitch to him is on the outside edge for a called strike. Westburg, meanwhile, 3 for 3 tonight. Having himself a fantastic game, both at the plate and in the field. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Chased one low and in. Danny Coulomb is getting loose, so as I expected, he would be the 8th inning man here. I know, player of the week, and then what does he do? Goes out and strikes out 4 times. Cowser's like, all right, I got my recognition. Let me have a night off. That's all right, Colton. You've earned it. The 0-2 laid off, ball 1. Orioles 7, Twins 4 in the bottom of the 7th here in the first game of a 3-game series. The Orioles looking to add on to their win yesterday and start a streak. The 1-2 to Westburg is hit hard but foul down the left field side. Bowman still out there on the mound for the Twins. He's thrown 27 pitches. Gave up that Henderson home run last inning. The 1-2 is outside. Westburg looking for a 4-hit game. Not sure if he's had one yet in his career. The 2-2 is way outside. 3-2 the count. And Westburg just looks very comfortable at the plate. Seems only interested in waiting for his pitch. The payoff. Swung on, hit on the ground, in the hole it's short. Backhanded nicely, long throw in time. So Westburg retired for the first time today. 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th. And up steps Cedric Mullins. Actually, I think I have to take it back. Westburg might not be the player of the game tonight despite the 3 hits. Cedric Mullins, between the defensive gem of the game and then the home run. Called strike to Mullins. 1 for 2 with a sac fly. 3 runs driven in. A 2-run homer and a Webb gem catch. This is hit on the ground. Second baseman will field it to the pitcher covering. And Mullins is retired. So the Orioles go down quickly here in the 7th. 8th inning we go. The Orioles still ahead 7-4. I believe it's Danny Coulomb time. Let's see who's due up for the Twins. Hopefully a couple of lefties. Did Miranda lead off, or is it Santana? I think it's Santana. Santana, switch hitter, Vasquez, righty, Martin, I think righty. So maybe not a slew of lefties due up, but with a guy like Coulomb, I'm not too worried about matchups. He's got the stuff. He's got the stuff nobody can hit. I guess I should take a peek here and see who's here right now. Over 1,000 people have checked in so far tonight. 73 here right now. And folks, 4 people away from 50 likes. Folks, I got to tell you, 50 likes is like, it's like butter. It's like butter. You helping your boy get to 50 likes. If you haven't tapped that thumbs up right below your screen right now, please go ahead and do it. There's no obligation. There's no commitment, and no salesman will visit your home. Meanwhile, still a dirty dozen away from the subscriber goal of 400. If we don't get there today, we'll get there tomorrow. Don't you worry about it. 400 is coming. Get in on the ground floor. You're going to want to be in the top 400. You're going to want to be there. Bragging rights, I'm telling you. Okay, apparently it's Farmer due up. We're going to have a pinch hitter. And it's Cano actually still out on the mound. Castro on the pinch hit from the left side. He's hitting just 122 on the season. 1 homer, 2 RBI. Coulomb remains out in the pen. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-2 from Cano. Don, have that backup burner phone on standby for every game. Every like counts. And the 0-2 is tapped. Second baseman Holiday's got it. Over to first in time. 1 up, 1 down here in the 8th for Cano. A big first out. Last thing you want to do is see a runner get on. Jose Miranda will come up now. 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBI. Also had a single in this one. Base is empty. First pitch is right in there. Right down the middle with a 94-mile-an-hour sinker from Cano. The 0-1 is off the plate outside by a good foot and a half. The 1-1 to Miranda. Hit on the ground, foul off to the left. Scooped up nicely over there by the ball boy, or the ball very large young man. It's hard to call him a boy. Your boy, the BirdWatcher, coming in at 228 pounds. I don't know if I'm as large as the ball boy is. This one's fouled off to the left. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes on Miranda. 1 away here in the top of the 8th. The Orioles ahead 7-4. A lot of 2s and 1s on the scoreboard tonight. The 1-2 pitch is tapped in front of the plate, dribbling foul off to the left side. Whew. Your boy's feeling a little mush-mouthed. I don't know what to do. I had my breakfast. I've had my coffee. I had a decent night's sleep. Let's hear that chatter in the Charm City chat. Come on, folks. The Orioles going for another win. Here's a swing and a... God, that ball was lifted out into left field. Wow. What a piece of hitting there by Miranda. It has to be said. Cano can't be faulted for that one. That pitch was out of the zone. It started low and went lower. Miranda went out and golfed it, serving it into left field. Not much you can do about that. Hey, hey, hey. Runner at first, one down. Santana at the plate, and a first pitch is a strike. Bottom of the zone on the outside half. Santana 1 for 3. He's singled back in the fourth, raising his average to 137. Low and away, 1-1. I do hope whenever we have Cano out in the mound these days, until he starts to show a little more consistency, that we got another pitcher ready in the bullpen to go at any time. The 1-1 to Santana is hit on the ground. The first baseman Mountcastle goes to second for one. Gunner back to first. 2. A double play. Cano covering the bag on that one. That'll go 3-6-1, and the Orioles get out of the inning. Cano gives us 4 outs. Cano gives us 4 outs. Yeah, he might have given up that 2-run single. Those runs go to Keegan Aiken. But a 4-out outing for Yenier Cano. Excuse me, a 5-out outing. I'm sorry, I'm not giving him enough credit. An inning and 2/3 for Cano. 20 pitches, 18 strikes. Would you look at that? Him and Aiken now matching the same ERA. And just like that, that's how quickly things can change. Look at that Don C. coming in with a like on his backup phone. Folks, that's the kind of hardcore commitment to the BirdWatcher community I'm talking about. Folks, 70 people. How are you doing? You hanging out? It's between innings. Your boy, the BirdWatcher, going to give you every call, going to give you every piece of info. All you got to do to show your support back is to tap that like button below. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. We've got a goal of 400. Been sitting on 388 for a while. Again, folks, I have no sponsors. I've got no commercials to show. I've got no, ad stuff to bombard you with in your face. I can only promote the channel. That's what matters most. So if your boy sounds like he's pressing you a little bit, don't you worry. He's just doing what he feels he's got to do to help the channel grow. And so far, the growth has been fantastic. What do I need to remember? What do I remember when I check the Discord? I'm not sure, Sean. Remember what? You got to remember, I'm on a delay, so you're probably referencing something I said 20 seconds ago, and I've got a short memory. Willie Castro now in to play short after pinch hitting, and Austin Hayes is up at the plate. Bowman is out for another inning of work. Hayes is 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch is ball 1, and the next one is upstairs. 2-0 on Austin Hayes, leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th. I'll see. Oh, the BirdWatcher loves surprises. Here's a hard hit ball, but it's snared by the third baseman, who flips it behind his back to short. Hayes is now 3 for 39 on the season, and he just can't buy a hit. That ball was absolutely laced to third. I would not be surprised if it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 miles an hour off the bat. Unfortunate for Hayes, who now is hitting .077 with an 0 for 4 tonight. Here's Jackson Holliday. First pitch is inside. Holliday is hitless so far, 0 for 3. Just that one hit last night on the season. He's flown out twice and he's struck out. Swing and a miss. He chases one low. A splitter that fell off the table. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles ahead by 3. They would not mind a little bit more in terms of insurance if they can get it. This one's low and in, 2-1 on Holiday. Hey there, 42 said Hike. How you doing? We are in the late innings here in the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles ahead by 3. 2-1 on Holiday. Swung on, grounded to the right side. Stays fair for the first baseman. All he's got to do is tag the bag. And Holiday is retired. An 0 for 4 night for Jackson Holiday. Craig Kimbrell is available, folks, because he's up and getting loose in the bullpen. 2 down here in the 8th for Gunnar Henderson. Bases empty. Henderson smacked a home run in his last at bat. Inside to Gunnar. In fact, I believe it was the first batter Bowman faced when he came out in relief. He's still out there now, so he's been through the order one full time and now facing Gunnar again. This one is a little low, maybe inside. 2-0 the count on Henderson. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Baltimore. 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Twins. The pitch inside, 3-0. Adley Rutschman is on deck. Oh, Blue with a really nice comment. Let me address it here after the next pitch. 3-0 is inside. Gunner's 8 lays off. 2 out walk. We'll take it. Gunner can use a walk, get that on base percentage up a little, and out comes the Marlins manager with a quick hook. With the switch hitting Rutschman due up and the lefty O'Hearn to follow, I got a feeling the Twins are going to go to a lefty. They're showing us Rutschman in the on-deck circle rather than the pitcher's mound, and I'll have to apologize. As soon as the manager popped out, he brought up his one hand as if to motion to the pin. Apparently, I read it wrong. Only out there for a chat. So Bowman will indeed stay on the mound with Rutschman coming to the plate. 2 hits already tonight. He'll have a runner at first base with 2 out here. And the first pitch to him is inside for ball 1. Yeah, Blue saying, I've never bothered listening to a single baseball commentary until today. You have made this really enjoyable. Thank you. Thank you, Blue. Honestly, it's comments like that that really help me to, continue on with this insane project. This ball goes in and hits Rutschman. Not sure if it got him on the hip or maybe at the bottom of the elbow. Rutschman not happy. He'll trot on down the first base. Henderson moves up to second. Yeah, that got him on the top of the leg. It should just be a bruise. That's a good spot to get hit if you need to get hit. Here comes Ryan O'Hearn now. And they leave the righty in there, and O'Hearn, first pitch, hits a ball to left field, going into a dive, a sliding dive. Is the left fielder making the catch? Who's out there in left? That's Martin out there in left, making the catch to win the inning. We go to the 9th, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the 9th. Craig Kimbrell loosening in the bullpen. Is he going to come out to shut the door? If he does, then he'll most likely not be available tomorrow. Then there'll be a 3rd game and then a day off. So maybe we can use him for game 3 if need be. Then he'll get a day off before we hit the road. And again, that road series coming up, folks, a 6-game series. I've never seen a series scheduled quite like it. We go to Kansas City. We go to the middle of the country for 3. Then without a day off, the following day, we go out all the way to the West Coast to play the Angels for 3 games before coming right back home. Maybe your boy has been misled. Maybe I got the Mandela effect or something. But typically, if you go all the way out to play the Angels, you're out there for at least a 6-game or 9-game series, and you're going to face the A's while you're out there. You're going to face the Mariners. If you're playing a intra-league game, maybe you face the Dodgers or the Padres or the Giants or maybe the Diamondbacks. Why are we going all the way out west for 3 games? Doesn't seem fair. Seems like a whole lot of travel and a whole little bit of time. That's just your boy, the BirdWatcher's humble opinion. Cameron says, need another mod. I think I should be one. All right. Hey, Cam, what happened to your channel for covering games? I thought you were covering the Dwight Gooden retired jersey game. Did that happen? Carr, don't worry too much. Cam goes way back. Kimbrel is indeed out on the mound for a save attempt. Remember, Cam was thinking about buying a couch. Cam, I saw the photo of your couch, and once again, no comment. I really can't tell you whether or not you should buy a couch, because I need to sit in one before I can tell you if it's any good. All right. Wallner out to pinch hit, a left-handed hitter for Kimbrel, and the first pitch is a called strike right in there, 94 miles an hour. Chris is in for Kimbrel time. Just the situation he went for a closer, a 3-run lead. 0-1 the count on Wallner, and this one's popped foul behind the plate. 23 hits between these two teams, but the Orioles ahead where it counts, 7-4. No balls and 2 strikes. And now Rutschman pops up, calls for time, and will come out to chat with Kimbrel. Had a feeling it would be a quick conversation, and it is, as Rutschman's already on his way back behind the plate. Let's hear it in Birds chat, Charm City chat. Hanging out here for game 1 of a 3-game series, game number 16 of the season. Orioles trying to make it a record of 10-6. This one's fouled back, and the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Hey, Chris, however much of the game you can make, that's perfectly fine. And remember, folks, all of my games are archived on my channel. If you ever want to go back and watch one, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. The pinch hitter down on strikes. Kimbrel with strikeout. Number 1. Out number 1 here in the 9th. Come on, Birdland. 2 more outs to go to set the tone for this series. And by the way, we win. The consecutive sweepless streak will move to 97. We don't have to wait for the final game to make that call. We just win now, and we know we're not getting swept. Austin Martin at the plate, and he fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Base is empty, 1 down in the 9th. Orioles ahead by 3. And this one's upstairs. Yeah, so 97 would be the series streak. Again, we're about, 4 weeks away from reaching 2 straight years with that record intact. This one's hit off the air, hit off the end of the bat, into the air, off to the right. I'll get it out. We're up to 53 likes, folks. Thank you so much. Any more likes would be absolute butter. Of course, your boy would enjoy them. Again, it helps out the channel. But, hey, we hit our goal of 50. Thank you so much. Thank you. 1-2 the count on Martin here. Kimbrel gets the sign and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Perfectly located. That ball moving. 95 miles an hour. Top of the zone on the outside corner. You couldn't locate it any better if you walked up and just placed it in Adley's glove. You're not hitting that pitch. 2 down in the 9th. And the number 9 hitter, Edouard Julien, at the plate. The crowd is on their feet. The pitch, low and in for ball 1. Hey, Sean, are there final scores on those other division games? We'll take a look here, hopefully, in a second. 1-0 the count on Julien. And that one's in there. A knuckle curve for a called strike. 2-2, or 1-1, excuse me. Your boy's too excited. He might actually have 45 minutes to get ready for the next stream as well. That would be nice. So 1-1 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the Twins are down to their last strike. Kimbrel looking like a top-tier closer so far in this one. And the crowd is roaring now with 2 strikes here in the 9th. Everybody on their feet. Kimbrel leans in, gets the sign. And the 1-2 pitch, way high for ball 2. Julien didn't even begin to lift the bat off his shoulder. That was easy to lay off. 2-2 the count. This one is hit on the ground. 1 hop to Jackson. Flips to first in time. Ball game over. The Orioles are in the win column for the 2nd straight day. They take those 2 Brewer losses and they cancel them out in the span of about 36 hours. Cedric Mullins getting high fives as the Orioles celebrate on the field. Mullins with a fantastic effort both defensively and at the plate. The Orioles are now 10-6. And that's on pace, folks, to go 160. I know that's crazy magic, or that's crazy math, but take a 10-6 record and multiply it by 10 and you get 160. Is anybody here okay if we win 100 games? I would be. Let's hear it in chat, folks. Throw those celebration emojis up. The Orioles are in the win column. Final score, Baltimore 7, Minnesota 4. Let's go over the box score, and we'll talk about what's coming up tomorrow as well. We have Dylan Tate getting the win. ESPN doesn't do a very good job of updating these wins and loss records. Some of them are right and some of them aren't. But Dylan Tate does get the win according here, ending in a 3rd of scoreless ball. Varland with the loss. He drops to 0-2, and Kimbrel comes on for the save. A clean 9th inning with a pair of strikeouts. That's what I'm talking about. The Orioles, how about this? I think this is the first time all season that we sent 9 players up in our lineup and did not go to the bench once. We had everything we needed, despite the fact that the bottom of our order is just looking like automatic out city right now. Despite that, and despite Colton Cowser having a rare night off, everybody else picking it up. Gunnar with a multi-hit game. Adley with a multi-hit game. O'Hearn with a multi-hit game. Mountcastle with a multi-hit game. And Westberg, 3 hits. Mullins had only the 1 hit, but he drove in 3 runs. 3 home runs. 1 from Gunnar, 1 from O'Hearn, and 1 from Mullins. O'Hearn also scored twice. And once again, the bullpen, save for that 2-out single given up by Yenier Cano, getting the job done after a ho-hum start from Cole Irvin, who was unable to get through 5 innings of work. The bullpen coming through again to keep the game close and allow the Orioles to add some runs to put this game to bed. All right. Coming up tomorrow, I believe it's the same start time, 6:35 p.m. That means your boy's going to be on the air at 6:25, 5:25 a.m. local time for me. Let me check out the chat here and say thanks to everybody. Sean the Whip Whipple, everybody, give Sean and Card Crazed a round of applause. Our moderators today doing a fantastic job. 42 said hike, Narniac 69, Bill Holland, Solarino, my friend, Richard Patch. Thanks for calling a great game. This is how I see my O's from way up here in New Hampshire. I love it, Richard. I love it. Keep on coming back. Janet, what do you think of that game, hun? Orioles magic is back. Base, Chris Silver, J.R. Weaver. Folks, I want to shout everybody out. Don C. And now I feel like I can't remember who I've shouted out already and who I haven't. Cam was here. Folks, if I didn't shout you out, Blue, thanks for that extremely nice compliment. And if I didn't mention your name, folks, it doesn't mean I don't care. It just means your boy can only scroll up so far. Folks, final score, Orioles 7, Twins 4. And that's going to do it from here. Where in the world? Okay. Oh, I forgot. Your boy forgot. He went off screen. Now he's back here in your corner. How you doing, everybody? All right. I need to make sure to keep an eye on that. I forgot Janet. I called her hun. I would never forget Janet. Janet is my number one hun in chat right now. I see you, Janet. I see you. Thank you, my friend. Folks, that's going to do it from here. 56 likes. Fantastic stuff. 1,200 people showing up, and I'm telling you, that number is going to go up. We've been averaging between 1,500, 2,000. We've even had to stream upwards of 3,000 people. So it's been a great start to the channel. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. That's going to do it for your boy, the Bird Watcher. I'll chirp at you later.